Hey everyone, Sheila here from Life with Pets. So today I thought I would do a quick update on the fish that we got from the worst fish unboxing video. And if you haven't seen that, I will leave a link to it in the little top iCard. We have managed to keep the Corys alive. We did get, I think it was 6 of them, and we lost one within the first few days, and thankfully the rest of them have survived and they are now starting to put some size and weight on. You can see this one here is sort of filled out considerably. I do have a couple that are still on the thin side. This is one of them right here, and I think there's maybe one other, but out of the 5, 3 are doing really well, and then there's 2 that are still sort of on the small side, but they are still alive. They've all gone through treatment and they do seem to be doing well. They eat like crazy, and so hopefully they will be able to go into the tank that we have planned for them. We are going to be setting up a brand new tank for these guys, and I'm hoping to actually do that this weekend, and obviously if we do, then I will video it. Unfortunately, the Synodontis you're not going to be able to see, but he is back under there. I don't know whether you can see him or not. And he is doing really well. He has grown. His colour is absolutely gorgeous, but we don't see him that often. Sometimes when we turn the lights out, then he will come out and obviously he'll eat, but for the most part this is actually where he lives, right under there. The snails in this tank are also doing really well. They have got really big. The growth in them is absolutely amazing, and they have actually started to breed. So I am hoping that eventually we will have some eggs laid and we'll be able to get some of these purples and magentas on our website for sale. So let's go take a look at the rummy-nosed and the harlequins. Unfortunately, their story is not quite as good as these guys, so let's go take a look at them. So this tank, as you can see, has an awful green hue to it, and that is because it is under medication right now. These fish, we did lose a lot of them. We lost, I think it was about 8 or 9 rummy-nosed in total, and about 2 or 3 of the harlequins. I am hoping that these continue to do well. They are doing well at the moment, and this medication does seem to have actually made a difference. I did try several medications on this tank, and up to this point nothing has worked. And so I then decided to try this fungus cure, and this does seem to have worked at this point anyway. If I maybe move the light forward, we'll get to see them a bit better. So at the moment I don't see any fungus on them, and some of them were really bad. The medication I used previously, it did seem to get somewhat better, and then it would just get really bad again. And this time they are on the 2nd round of this treatment, and so far so good. Today they're due the water change to take the medication out, and we have to add carbon in, and hopefully that's going to make a difference and we don't have it return, but only time's going to tell with these fish. But thankfully they do seem to have cleared up, and I'm really hoping that that continues. This food that you can stick on the glass is a really good idea, because it means that you can actually take a look at your fish up close. So when I want to sort of inspect them to see, do we have fungus, don't we, has it cleared, hasn't it, then this is what I actually feed them. Eventually it does sort of all break off. There's little bits coming off it. I don't know whether it's really showing up because of the green water with the medication, but there's sort of like little bits that keep dropping off, and then they feed with it, and then eventually a lot does actually drop down to the bottom, and all the shrimp will then eat up the rest as well. So none of it goes to waste. Excellent food. We do actually sell it on our website if you're interested in it, and I can leave a link in the description box below. Another thing I have been doing with these fish is also feeding with garlic. And the way I do that is I just actually soak some of the pellets or whatever it is I'm putting into the tank in just a little of the garlic juice. Now you can actually cut up garlic or use garlic, However, this is what I'm actually using, and what I will actually do is, like say, just put some pellets in and then just put a little water and a little of the garlic juice in, and then it soaks into the food, and that can help them with battling with bacterial infections and things like that. So it's just another way to get food inside them that can also sort of work from the inside out from a medication standpoint. So let's go take a look at the Bala sharks. They're the last two. They have actually made it out of quarantine and into the 75-gallon tank. So here they are in the 75-gallon, and they've been in here now for about a week. They've settled really well. One of the things when we were looking into getting one of these was it said what a shy fish they are. These two are not shy at all. They are constantly begging for food at the front, but both of them are doing really well. We are having a bit of an issue with Kai in that he is not wanting to eat pellet food, and I just keep offering it, and he'll nibble at it, but he doesn't really bother with it. He much prefers the brine shrimp and the bloodworms, and he'll even eat the rapashi gel food, but he doesn't seem a fan of the pellet food. But we're just going to keep putting it in. They have already grown as well. I have noticed, especially Dexter, he does seem to have got a lot bigger since being in this tank, and I do think that they probably will grow fairly quickly. And then lastly, this is the other little guy that did come as well, and he's made it out of quarantine also. We did actually keep them in quarantine for about 4 weeks. We monitored them, we did whatever treatment we felt was necessary. The reason we haven't taken the Corys out of quarantine at this point is just simply because we feel they're too small, and we are actually going to be setting up a tank just for them and a few other fish. So we decided that it was easier to target feed them and make sure that they were eating well by leaving them in the smaller tank. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you want to see more videos like this, then go ahead and subscribe and turn that notification bell on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.